Hey guys, this is Lowman02. I'm going to be recording a game with a PreModern deck. PreModern is Magic that is being played with cards between the end of '94 all the way to 2003. So basically, what that means is old borders. I am playing a Trix deck here, which the goal of the Trix deck is to get out an Illusions of Grandeur, which says gain 20 life, cumulative upkeep 2, and then when Illusions of Grandeur leaves play, you lose 20 life. So the way the deck works is you use Donate, which says give target permanent to your opponent, and you give the Illusions of Grandeur to them. So you gain the 20 life, and then they have to pay the cumulative upkeep, and if they do not lose, basically the game. Alright, Black Vice is going to be rough. So we're racing up Black Vice. Alright. Well, that's a way to get back in the game if we have to. Say go. Probably Memory Lapse, whatever they do here, or Counterspell it possibly. I'll let them redraw that. Okay, Grim. So they're playing Sligh. Question is, do I counterspell the Black Vice here? Or do I go for Cunning Wish? I think I have to counterspell it. I need to build up my mana base regardless, and I don't have a Sapphire Medallion. Alright, so they're going to play their Vice out. I think... So I'm going to take 2 damage from these next turn. Okay. Black Vice not typically a main deck card in Sligh. He may have meted for me though, because I tend to play blue decks. Well, I like blue decks. And Black Vice is certainly a very good card against them. Alright, throw your burn at my face now, because I'm tapped out. I have no doubt that I'm probably going to get incinerated here. Yes, I would like to. Probably just take the Hydroblast here. Yeah. Blow this up, not take damage off the Vice, and then have up Counterspell and have to draw into an option to donate the Illusions of Grandeur, but I'll destroy what's on the board now, hit a minimum, and not take damage off the Vice. I think this is like the best line for me under a 2 Vice lock. So basically I need to just keep my hand size down. Another Illusions of Grandeur, so we'll just play out our land and say go, and Counterspell their best thing they can do. Okay, they're going to fetch here. Cool. Ball Lightning could be their play. I need to watch out for Ball Lightning. Grim Lavamancer makes me think they're probably not on like a Goblins deck. They're probably just on a Burn deck, essentially. So Incinerate to face? No Incinerate. I guess they are at 3 cards for at the moment. Would not mind seeing them make a land drop here because that would mean they're a little bit flooded. Ball Lightning? Alright, Volcammer, yeah, it's fine. I'm going to have to take that, I think. Ball Lightning is what I need to save the Counterspell for. That's the most damage they can do with 1 card. If they're throwing cards at my face, alright, another land. That's actually not bad for us because it means they don't have more burn in hand. So we'll go ahead and say, alrighty. They may have Boil sideboard. Hard telling. Alright, well, this is a 23 land deck, so this is a thing that can happen. You can just kind of flood, which we are right now. That's why I'm being discriminating with the Counterspell, because I don't have a ton of interaction in my hand, and I can play the Illusions of Grandeur, but I'd just be paying for it on the following turn. So the first time I think I actually resolve an Illusions of Grandeur, Mog Fanatic is fine, I think, is when I can donate it on the same turn at this point. I'd be willing to pay for a cumulative upkeep of 2 for 1 turn, I think, on it, but not much beyond that, especially if I was taking a lot of damage off Vice. Alright, well, no change in status quo. We're going to take 1 off the Fanatic, which puts us at a virtual 11 because the Fanatic can dome us for 1 at any given point in time. I think by next turn, though, depending on what they do here, they're probably going to burn my face again, which I think is fine. Like, cast a couple lightning bolts at me. I think I still need to leave up Counterspell for their biggest threat, which is they're thinning right now, which is going to be Ball Lightning still. All right. Surprised not to have seen a Wasteland out of them yet, or a Rishadan Port. All right, nothing. All right, Intuition is a powerful pickup. What I'm going to do with that is get... I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to go for an AK, Ancestral Knowledge, or, correction, Accumulated Knowledge. They'll probably throw another burn spell at my face here. I'm, like, waiting for them to do it. They have to know I have counter spells in hand, because, like, I'm just sitting here. Like, I haven't shown them yet that I am a Trix deck, an Illusions of Grandeur donate deck. But I certainly am. Or, you know, another option is, you know what I think I actually do? I don't think I go for AK. I think I just go on their end step for donate, protect it with counterspell. I'm at 7 lands, so I can donate plus Illusions of Grandeur in the same turn at this point, which means I'll go up to 32 life. Well, whatever I'm at after they burn me here. But I am going to be off counter magic because Illusions of Grandeur plus donate is exactly 7. All right, get in there. Put me down to 11, so no Ball Lightning, I guess, this turn. Alright, more land is not good for them. The salty lands. Alright, Intuition. Donate. 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 They probably cannot do 11 damage. They probably can't do 10 damage, rather, to me with 3 cards. Actually, I don't think it's possible. They'd have to have 3 lightning bolts plus the Fanatic puts me to 1. Alright, Illusions of Grandeur. And this is going to put me off counter magic at this point, but I think it's going to be very difficult for them to win through this. I'm going to put shields down for a turn, though. If they have Reb, they can get it. I doubt they have a main deck Reb, though. That'd be very ambitious. That'd be questionable deck construction, but it would do it. It would stop me this turn, at least. I would just pass it and then counterspell whatever they played on their following turn and then go for a donate on the turn after. Alright, so I gain 20. Take this. And they're going to have to tie up. They can start throwing burn at me, but I don't think it makes a relevant difference. Fetch here. A 6 land for them is actually not irrelevant because it allows them to pay for a couple turns. But like doing 31 damage while your mana's tied up is kind of how Trix beat Sligh back in the day. And I'm way down on cards, so Black Vice is not a thing anymore, really, unless they can force me to draw somehow. So I got to pay 2 here. They can still Ball Lightning me, but that's a virtual 8 damage because. All right, another land, which means they can pay for a couple turns on this thing. So they have to really... All right, Curse Scroll. That's not really great when you have an Illusions of Grandeur forcing you to pay 4 on the next upkeep. But they're going to be able to get some damage off here with it. Now, if I draw another Donate this turn, which would be like probably my best top deck, I'm just automatically going to win. There's no way he can pay for 6 next turn and actually win this game. I don't think there's a way right now. All right, well, we're just going to draw a land, but I'm going to play my lands out. There's really not a point in keeping them in hand. All right, yeah, I was going to say, I think that's enough. All right, so in this matchup, I do think I want the Hydroblast main and the Chill. I want the Chills main, that's for sure. We could probably cut the Cunning Wish package and just put the Hydroblast in the main deck. Thawing Glacier's not for this matchup. Powder Keg I don't think is necessary because the only permanent it would get is Choke, and Boil is going to be what he probably brings in if he has Boils. Let me read Teferi's response again. Counter spell or activity targets the land. I think we'll leave this in the sideboard. He probably has some number of Rishadan Ports, which those are good against. Wasteland's not good against me. So what do we take out of the deck? Well, We could take out the Sapphire Medallions, which I think I will in this case. I think I've put in effective counter magic to kind of shore up the early game. So I think I just go with this. It's going to make me a little slower to win with the Donate Illusions of Grandeurs Trix combo. Because obviously, like, your optimal draws are like, turn 1, sleight of hand into combo pieces with it. Turn 2, land, Sapphire. Turn 3, illusions. Turn 4, tap 2 to pay for illusions. Drop land, donate for rebated mana cost, and then win the game. Alright, so this hand has a chill, but we're on the draw. I think this is a keepable hand, though. We just say go. What does he play turn 1? Like, Grim again? Possibly just... Alright, Vice. Cool. Well, I can't do much turn 1, so that kind of stinks. So we're going to take 3 damage here. Alright, and go. We're just going to drop a chill next turn because it doesn't make much sense to bring or leave counter magic up. Alright, Mog Fanatic, or Mog Fanatic. Alright, 2 Mog Fanatics. Cool. That's a decent bit of damage. Alright. Island, chill. Could even donate the chill to reduce my hand size a bit. Now, if they have land Red Elemental Blast, they could blow up the chill. But I think I'm fine with that. I just want to get cards out of my hand under a Black Vice lock. Alright, so they may have Choke. That'd be a good one. Alright, they just have Pyroblast. So they are playing Forest, which means Choke is an available card to them. We take 2 here. Yep. Alright, then AK. Say okay to that. Probably just going to lapse whatever they play, or counterspell it. That's a possibility. If they're smart, they're just going to keep cards in hand at this point. And if they do, I'm just going to go for an end-step AK, I think. We're probably losing this one. The difference in the draw and the play is going to be decently big, and yeah. Black Vice and Sligh is not common, but he's obviously something he's willing to do. You can throw Burn at face now. Yeah, just throw like, what? Incinerate? Down to 5. Yep. I don't think I have time to not... I try to leave counter magic up around Black Vice, though. Alright, well, land, not great. Take 2. Alright, I'd have to win this turn. Can I win this turn and not die to the Vice and not die to the Mog Fanatics? Nope, so that's a concession. So, Sligh is going to win brutally fast when it wins. When I have the play, though, I think I'm going to be alright. And the permanents are going to be more of a problem. Maybe I want a Powder Keg. Powder Keg is actually interesting in this matchup, and I do think I want like 1 to 2 of them. Maybe over a Sapphire Medallion. Yeah, I'm going to try that, because it does deal with like their fast starts where they just have like two creatures. If they've been 2 burn spells, I think my chances of winning that were a lot higher, but Thawing Glacier is definitely not for this matchup. Okay, this is a mulligan. And this is a keep. Yeah, I'm going to put that on top. I think that's fine. Not a lot of counter magic in this hand, but we do have the Powder Keg, and we do have the Impulse, and we have the combo in hand. So if we hit lands, we should be okay. Okay, Mog Fanatic. I'm going to tick this up, but I think 3 is going to be more relevant. He can't boil me for another, 3 turns. So, alright, Wasteland, that's a wasted land here. Hopefully we hit a land ourselves. If we don't, we're going to be impulsing in main 1, or in our main, to find a land. Alright, take the damage. Alright, what do we have here? We incinerating? Okay. That's fine. This is going to get ticked up. That is for sure. Yep. Alright. Land draw. Cool. Alright, so they probably have Red Elemental Blast in hand at this point. which means I'm going to have a counterspell to back this combo up. They're going to rev this. That's a ballsy move. Oh, they're going to bolt me. Okay. I think I'm going to get a Hydroblast, actually, of all things. No, I don't want to do that yet. I'm going to blow the keg here. They can do 1 damage to me with their Mog Fanatic by sacrificing it. If they play another, the question becomes, do I Hydroblast? I don't think I do there. I think I need to save the Hydroblast to protect the Illusions of Grandeur. I think they do have a Pyroblast in hand. Okay, yep. I think I'm going to wait another turn. So, like, here's my thinking. Like, so so let's say I play Illusions of Grandeur and I go to 31 life. I can protect it on their turn with Hydroblast or right now with Hydroblast. But what I can't do is play it and then on my next turn pay the 2 for the cumulative upkeep, donate it, and protect it with Hydroblast, which I think if they're smart, they'll just wait, let it resolve. Well, maybe they don't let it resolve, but if they let it resolve and then they Hydroblast it after it resolves, or Red Elemental Blast it after it resolves on my turn, then it does actually give them higher upside to win. So if I have one more land, I can do it all, I think. But if they have 2 Red Elemental Blasts, then I'm in trouble, or like Pyroblast or whatever. But with them not doing anything, I'm very benefited by the situation. I think I'm just going to hang out. Like, I don't need to play anything, and the more lands I get in play and the more counterspells I can acquire, the better off I am. Yep. And chill is actually the key to allowing me to do all of it. So we'll go land, chill, Pyroblast out of hand. I assume so. Chill is going to lock this up because they're land light but gas heavy. So they can throw Bird in my face right now to get underneath. But they need like... Yeah, I don't think it's doable because they don't have 2 red. If they had 2 red, what they could do is cast... No, they wouldn't be able to even get that off. Alright, so you're going to Pyroblast this. Yep. And no thank you. So now we're just hoping they kind of miss on lands again. So if they don't and they have another one, they could get this, but it's not likely they have a 3rd Pyroblast. Alright, if they're just passing it, then I think I am good to go. Well, I'm at 7 lands anyways, so Illusions of Grandeur. Okay. And take Illusions of Grandeur, please. And I think that's it. I think that's all she wrote. Yep. And Trix gets there. Trix did have a pretty good matchup against Sligh, though, if I recall. Not Sligh with, like, Black Vice. Black Vice is one I was like, that's an interesting addition to Sligh. Oh, I believe you. Yeah, your hand was gas. My hand was not, but I just beat you on mana, which is a thing you can do on Sligh. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut it there. This was Sligh versus Trix. This is the pre-modern format. It's a format that consists of cards from 1993 to 2003. I'll give you a quick look at the Trix deck. Here it is, 23 lands, as most control decks, combo control decks were back in the day. This is more of a combo deck than it is a or a control deck, but it is a control deck. But its counter spells are primarily used to defend its combination, which in this case was, because there wasn't a ton of lifelink at the time, you cast out an Illusions of Grandeur, stay alive for longer, and then donate it to your opponent, tie up their mana, and also do 20 damage to them. You can do it multiple times, and there are, obviously, in a more expanded, pre-modern format, a greater volume of lifelinking, quote-unquote, threats, like Exalted Angel, etc., but typically speaking, there's not that many. But the deck is primarily, all about just countering that which matters. Efficient search in the form of Sleight of Hand and Impulse. Efficient card draw in the form of Accumulated Knowledge. One notable missing card is Factor Fiction. You're already kind of tied up with a lot of 4s in this deck, even though you are a Sapphire Medallion deck. And I do think with 3 Intuitions, you're generally able to find Accumulated Knowledges in enough volume in order to fight against an opponent. Given AK is a lot better against control and a lot worse against Sligh. It's also a Cunning Wish deck, which you can sideboard out of, which I did in that game. So you can generally get Hibernation, Evacuation, Hydroblast, or Teferi's Response to deal with problematic things. And Powder Keg. Powder Keg, interesting card. I think it is very good against the Sligh decks because it does beat Curse Scroll. It does beat any early permanents they get down, like Mog Fanatics, like in this case Black Vice even. So it's kind of like the original, what do they call it, Ratchet Bomb. A lot worse than Ratchet Bomb, but still a fine card. Also, 2 Thawing Glaciers. This is a 23 basic land deck. Against control, Thawing Glaciers kind of owns games because you put Thawing Glaciers down, and you can just ensure that your top decks are going to be better and also get ahead. It's very slow, but against control, which, like you think control, you think blue back in the day, and maybe some white for like board options. But Glaciers is generally going to just grind them out. Chill. Against the matchup we were just in, we used it there just to generate even more vast mana advantage so that our Hydroblast would counter their Pyroblast, and then they'd be unable to cast another Pyroblast if they had one to stop the combo. Also have a Morphling in the sideboard as well. There are some matchups that I think you're just going to want to have a Morphling because the Illusions plan is just not going to work, whether they're gaining life or whatever. But Morphling is an extremely hard threat to deal with. You can untap and block with it whenever you want. You can give it Shroud so it can't be targeted. You could pump it. Back in the day when damage stacked, it was ridiculous. You could attack. You could chump attack, basically, kill whatever they were blocking with, and then like pump it up in reverse to make it a wall, essentially, so it wouldn't die. Also can gain flying, so it's evasive. Morphling was pretty much the Superman of creatures back in the day, so I think it's just fine to have one option there. I considered whether it should be that or it should be Masticore, because I think both are on fairly high power level. Masticore obviously is a card disadvantage, but the advantage you can accrue with it in certain weenie matchups is just pretty big. But I figured because I had Powder Keg, the weenie decks I'd be able to generally deal with. So, hope you guys enjoyed the very hasty deck here at the end and the play of pre-modern Trix versus pre-modern Sligh builds. Alright guys, enjoy and take care now.